Lori here from 69 News. I'm outside the Monroe County Public Defender's Office in Stroudsburg. We just finished talking with Jason Labar, the attorney who represented Bryan Kohberger during his time in Pennsylvania. Here's a bit of our conversation.
I actually hung up on my office one time because I did not believe that they were telling me the truth. But when they called back a second time, it indicated to me that the alleged killer in the Idaho killings had been arrested in Monroe County. I collected my thoughts. I started asking some questions on the phone and then obviously prepared to come into the office at that time. He was calm. When I walked into this room, it was approximately an 8x8 room. It was an intake room. I shook his hand, obviously, creating a rapport, as I do with all my clients, making sure they understand that I'm there to help them and really just to help me talk to them. He was very easy to talk to. He was highly educated. First thing I said to him was, Bryan, don't tell me anything about the case. I don't want to know any of the facts and circumstances. I don't even want to know your position other than what we spoke about in the statement. Because I didn't want to go down that road because Attorney Taylor would be handling that side of the case and his trial. I'm obviously informing Mr. Kohberger, these are the allegations only. You're presumed innocent until proven otherwise, and that's the most important thing that we need to get out there and the most effective way to get that out there. Because you don't want to be judged in a court of public opinion, even though you're going to be.
So they believe in the process, but are you able to say if his family thinks he's guilty or not?
I actually told them not to comment on it. They'll let it play out, unfold in court. They'll read the affidavit. I've explained the affidavit to them. I'm sure Attorney Taylor is in contact with them explaining things also. I think the most intriguing part of the document, the affidavit of probable cause, is the knife sheath and whether or not more DNA evidence is going to be come out of that in the sheath. And whether it's blood evidence found in the scene that may have been unidentified until they had Bryan's DNA, whether it's additional touch DNA found on other surfaces. The sheath is obviously the most key point of evidence in the case. Attorney Taylor is certainly going to be able to attack some of the evidence found in that affidavit of probable cause. The sheath touch DNA, specifically the ID of the individual at the home, the car ID, and the fact that nobody was driving, the van's footprint that hasn't been linked to Mr. Kohberger, and the cell phone PIN data all can be attacked due to unreliability behind it. So it certainly was a strong circumstantial case, but I believe that there were individually taken, the evidence could be attacked. I expect more evidence to come available to the defense, and I expect the prosecution to have more evidence ready at the time of the preliminary hearing, 5 months off. So it's really going to be more in depth than the affidavit of probable cause. There could be potential more DNA evidence. There could be more cell phone evidence. There could be a link between the footprint that was found at the scene. So really, there's going to be more evidence than what's in the affidavit of probable cause. So it's almost like going to be a mini trial where you're going to try to get as much information from all the witnesses that you can so you can assess, what the full evidentiary case is against Bryan.
We know the victims' families have said they'll be in court throughout this entire process. Labar tells us Kohberger's family will be at that preliminary hearing as well. You can hear a whole lot more from Labar at 4 and 6 on WFMZ. We'll see you.